The stage world of a Butoh performance is often a shock to the system for a Western audience. At first so little seems to be happening. When the performers move, they often seem stuck in ruts, teetering or twitching in states of insecurity, locked into tiny zones of space with small spasms and tics. Or they take ages to deliver arm or leg movements that most of us can do quickly and without effort. A few steps to and fro on half toe, the slow flexing of a foot, the vibration of a wrist, the roll of an isolated shoulder, these are often parts of the dance language here. So it is with the members of Kota Yamazaki's Fluid Hug Hug, Twee name, but never mind, in Darkness Odyssey Part 2, I or Hallucination, performed this week at the Baryshnikov Arts Center. This is different from pure Butoh, and it certainly lacks some Butoh accoutrements, no white makeup here, but the family resemblance is nonetheless strong. We might be watching people in trauma, but once you realize that, and have no objection to it, you begin to feel the Butoh-like spell. What's Butoh? A form of Japanese dance theater, it developed after World War II. It resists fixity and it has long been associated with distress. Watching Darkness Odyssey, I remembered the Zen saying passed on by John Cage, if something is boring after 2 minutes, try it for 4. If still boring, try it for 8, 16, 32, and so on. Eventually one discovers that it's not boring at all, but very interesting. Fluid Hug Hug fields 5 performers for Darkness Odyssey, with Mr. Yamazaki in the smallest and most peripheral role. Each soon registers as an individual character. At first, they're all mainly isolated from one another. But connections, echoes, and parallels sometimes develop. And the physical dynamics undergo change. There are sections in which the dancers move limbs and torsos with fluent control. Even though they move neither far nor fast, the change feels heroic. Cage's Zen saying begins to lose validity in this case, however, after 30 or 40 minutes. Darkness Odyssey doesn't become boring, but it does become a willful exercise in preciosity, in artful effects. This is least true of Julian Barnett, who produces real intensity and force within the muted, limited vocabulary of Butoh. Fluid Hug Hug was founded in New York in 2002, Mr. Yamazaki, born in Japan, works internationally. I'm curious to know how representative Darkness Odyssey is of his work. The moment you enter Dan's Pace project at St. Mark's Church to see Inda Walsh's Homespun, Please Remove Your Shoes, also being performed this week, you're in a diametrically different world, benign, playful, welcoming. Children and adults are invited to draw, play, and build. Ms. Walsh and 4 dancers interact charmingly with the audience. One section, on Thursday, most people joined in, is like a mild keep fit session. It is followed by a 15-minute section, few among Thursday's attendees did so, in which people are invited to move to music. Finally, the 5 main dancers perform a sweetly forgettable choreographed number to Baroque-type music. There's no harm in it, but this is an exercise in agreeable blandness.